If you've been learning English for months or even years and you still feel stuck, it might not be your fault. You might just be following bad advice. Today, I'm going to expose the biggest myths about learning English that are secretly holding you back. These are the lies I used to believe, the ones you see in books, on social media, even in some language schools. And if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, but still not improving, this is why. So grab your tea, your coffee, or your notebook, because this is going to save you months, maybe even years, of wasted effort. Myth 1. You need perfect grammar before you speak. When I started, I thought grammar was the holy grail. I refused to open my mouth until I knew every tense, every rule. I told myself, once I'm perfect, I'll start speaking. But that day never came. You know why? Because speaking is a skill, not a prize you get after studying grammar. I've met people who knew grammar better than native speakers, but couldn't order coffee without panicking. If I could go back, I'd stop obsessing over rules and start practicing conversation from day one. Fluency grows from speaking, not from waiting to be perfect. Myth 2. Memorizing vocabulary lists will make you fluent. I had pages and pages of new words. I could recite them like a robot. But ask me to use them in a real sentence? Gone. This is because memorization without context is useless. Instead, connect words to real life. Learn umbrella when you're actually using one. Learn delicious when you're eating something amazing. That's how your brain remembers, not by rote learning, but by experience. Myth 3. You have to sound like a native speaker for years. I thought my goal was to erase my accent completely. But here's the truth. You don't need to sound like a native. You just need to be clear and confident. Your accent is part of your identity. As long as people understand you, you're winning. Instead of chasing perfection, focus on pronunciation that's clear, rhythm that's natural, and vocabulary that fits the situation. Myth 4. Studying more means learning faster. I used to study for hours thinking I was making progress, but cramming is a trap. Your brain doesn't work like a hard drive. It needs rest to store and process new information. That's why short, consistent study beats marathon sessions. 10 minutes of focused practice every day is better than 5 hours once a week. Myth 5. Watching English content alone will make you fluent. I loved binge watching shows in English and told myself, this is studying. But unless you're actively engaging, pausing, repeating, mimicking, you're just a spectator. Passive watching is not the same as active learning. Turn your shows into study material. Shadow the dialogue, write down phrases, repeat them out loud. Myth 6. You're too old to become fluent. I've heard so many people say, it's easy for kids, but I'm too old. This is one of the most dangerous myths, because it stops people before they even start. Yes, kids have advantages, but adults have focus, discipline, and life experience. I've seen people in their 60s achieve incredible fluency. It's not about age, it's about consistency. The truth is, learning English isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things, the things that actually move you forward. Stop chasing myths and start practicing in ways that make sense for your life. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to study all day. You don't need to erase who you are. You just need to speak, listen, read, and connect every single day. And if you drop these myths now, you'll save yourself years of frustration. Trust me, I learned the hard way so you don't have to. If this episode helped you, share it with a friend who's also learning English. And remember, fluency is not a finish line. It's a journey. You're already on it. Keep going.